Welcome back to Courage to Save podcast. I am Candace, your podcast host and the owner of Courage to Save CPR training. It is my pleasure to share with you today how we can boost our well being. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. As I said, we're going to be talking about boosting emotional well being. But what is emotional well being? I saw quite a few meanings of emotional well being, but I liked this one from Medical News Today. And it said, emotional well being is how well we accept and manage our emotions and cope with challenges. All right. Boosting emotional well being is not about stopping or avoiding emotions. Emotions are a normal and necessary part of life. Emotional well being comes from enhancing emotional awareness, emotional regulation, and emotional recovery. That means increasing emotional well being is entirely possible. We just have to build those skills. So let's go ahead and look at 7 ways that we can boost our emotional well being. Number one, practice emotional awareness. Awareness often emerges from engaging in self reflection, asking yourself questions like, what are we feeling? Or what am I feeling? Why am I feeling these things? And what can I do to stop feeling these things or this way? When we're not aware of our emotions, we may engage in behaviors that hurt our emotional well-being. But when we pay more attention to those emotions, we'll begin to learn which situations, people, or thoughts affect our emotions. And as a result, we can take actions that help us have more enjoyable emotions. Number two, practice mindful acceptance. Mindfulness involves emotional awareness, but it also includes emotional acceptance. Emotional acceptance is when we experience emotions without judging. This helps prevent the development of a secondary negative emotion. For example, if you feel guilty about feeling angry, then guilt is a secondary emotion. Acceptance of negative emotions help prevent these negative emotions from coming. To practice acceptance, try to let your emotions come and go without labeling them as good or bad. Just let them be. This skill can be cultivated using mindfulness meditation or mindful um, repetitiveness, thinking about what I need to think about first before allowing those other emotions or negative thoughts to come. Number three, refocus your attention. Another emotional well being strategy involves redirecting your attention away from the bad things and towards the good things. I'm not talking about toxic positivity where everything has to be good, it has to be good all the time. But in making sure that you are refocusing or reframing that bad thing and making a positive out of it. For example, if you're focusing on the worst things in your life or a situation, you might shift your attention to focus on the good parts. It's easier said than done, but Research has shown that training ourselves to focus on neutral stuff instead of threatening stuff can reduce anxiety. Number 4, practice reappraisal. Reappraisal is an emotion regulation strategy that involves interpreting a stressful situation in a more positive light. As a result, we feel better, and over time, we can boost in emotional well-being. You can practice reappraising situations by listing things that are good in different situations. So, for example, how is this an important opportunity to grow? What did I learn? What are the good parts of this? Reappraisal is a skill, so the more you practice it, the easier it can become. Try Number 5, try emotional distancing. Emotional distancing involves imagining yourself as a fly on the wall when you are going through a hard time. Or you can imagine your from the future looking back on your current situation. So, for example, after a fight with your partner or with anybody, think about how you'll feel about this fight in a week, a month, a year. By using emotional distancing, we usually don't feel quite as bad and can recover from negative emotions more easily. Number 6, use your imagination. When we imagine positive things, our brains produce similar signals as if we are experiencing those things in real life. That's why positive imagination can be such a powerful tool for well-being. When times are tough, we might not have a lot of positive things to focus on or think about, but using your imagination helps your brain experience positive emotions nonetheless. So when you're feeling bad, try to imagine yourself in a good place to generate more positive emotions. And 7, share your positive moments. By sharing your positive moments, we or you, us, we help these moments to grow, expand, and last longer. So when you see something or when something happens to you, show, tell, or share your experience with someone you care about. For example, you could send a text to a friend or call them on the phone. Just be careful not to humble brag. So, what does that mean? For example, if you got a promotion, you can say, I'm feeling so great today. I just got a blessing about a promotion, or someone has given you something that you didn't expect, and now you want to bless that person. Sharing positive moments. Now, so what does this mean to me? Boasting your emotional well-being has everything to do with your tongue. The Bible says that there is power in life, and death is in the power of the tongue. So we have to make sure that we are using our tongue wisely and positively. Also, the Bible talks about the mind. Renew your mind daily. Renew your mind daily means that it can be moment by moment. We have to learn to renew it, or refocus it, or change our minds about certain things, because it's affecting how we are, our emotional well-being, which will extend itself into how we behave to other people. And we may do things out of character because of the things that are going on within us. So, thank you so much for sharing this moment with me. And remember, it takes courage to save a life, including your own, but and and that your well-being is important. Challenge yourself to use these 7 steps or 7 ways to boost your emotional well-being. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be blessed.